Welcome to the channel for the first time viewers. Welcome back for my existing subscribers. Today I want to talk about how developers, in my opinion, no longer have the juice, right? And what the juice is that something that everybody wants, something that you can immediately turn on as far as hype train goes and sizzle goes and all the pizzazz of how to release one of these AAA games, right? The game I really want to talk about is Battlefield 5. Trailer for Battlefield 5 has a ton of dislikes. And I think the ratio for dislikes has finally surpassed the ratio to likes. And in my opinion, and what I've said in the past, is that I just didn't like the way the trailer worked. You don't know what the game really looks like. You don't know what you're getting, right? And these type of trailers are the types that back in the day, like, 2002, 2008, were okay. But these days, in the information age where anybody can get on the internet, anybody can go on social media, somebody go on YouTube and see exactly what they're looking for themselves. And then they go to try to see about your game and all they see is the cinematic trailer. And then you release another cinematic trailer at E3 with like 15 seconds of gameplay versus like 3. To me, that just shows that this game has no juice. Had it been up to EA and DICE, and I like DICE as a developer because I enjoy playing their games. I don't like Battlefield 1. I think it's boring. But their games are pretty fun in general, right? So they're one of the developers that I trust. And I feel like for working under EA, they have some pretty consumer-friendly practices. So I'm down with them, right? And Battlefield 5, had it been up to that marketing team and that team that put the trailers together, I wouldn't be getting this game. It wasn't until I saw Jack Frags and, believe it or not, Drifter, and a couple other YouTubers, which I'll link some of these videos. There's a female YouTuber, I don't know her name, but she has like a 30-minute gameplay, which is pretty cool too. That came from the NVIDIA, the people that got flown out by the NVIDIA graphics card company. So they came out, made these videos, Battlefield 1 or Battlefield 5, that I was like, okay, this is the legit gameplay that I've been waiting for EA to show me. And that made me realize how much influence the actual YouTube community and the Twitch community and all these other community members have over these games. And I feel like they should just turn over the reins and let these people manage their game, because these people most of the time are passionate about their games. Some of them do it for money, some of them do it for their own enjoyment. And I think that, for instance, in an example of Battlefield 5, this is a game that should be turned over to the community. What I feel like was really cool about the videos presented by the YouTubers is that the questions that I had in my head, the questions I had in my heart, were actually answered. Like, okay, how does this diving mechanic work? He's like, okay, this is how it works. Goes into the prone, walks backwards or crawls backwards. So shows that you can't pick up your own grenades, shows the recoil, talks about the recoil of the guns, talks about how the gunplay feels, and then how responsive it is. He's like, it's very snappy. It feels more like a Call of Duty game as far as the shooting goes. So things like that, right? Questions that I would ask in person that I feel like the developer should be upfront about. And for whatever reason they're not, these are the type of things being addressed in these side videos by the YouTubers. So that's really dope. And I feel like that, in my opinion, is why I'm going to buy Battlefield 5. And just, I don't know why they don't just bring these people in that have millions of viewers. And if they put a Battlefield 5 video out and they get, let's say, 6 million views on it, or you have a whole community of people and you just generated 30 million views from people that trust the source that it's coming from, whether it be good or bad, because you might get some bad feedback too. But whether it's good or bad, if you're confident in your game, then bring these people out and let them talk about what they're passionate about, which is playing Battlefield or the Battlefield series. Some of these channels have millions of subscribers and they only play Battlefield. So I don't understand why you're working so hard to make really bad trailers they're nice to look at. But if you're looking for gameplay and you're I feel like a little bit older like me, and maybe young people too feel the same way, where they don't want to be given all this fluff. They just want to see what it is so they can move on about their day. I don't understand. Like, don't make me wait. Like, that's just stupid. We live in a day where technology allows you to have these things immediately, yet I had to wait almost 2 weeks for some bullshit. Like, I felt like that was a bullshit preview. It's like, here's the running mechanic, here's this. I think he showed like the diving, he showed the destruction, and then they pretty much cut out back to cinematic trailers, which is all in-game footage, which shows you off the graphics. But I care a lot about graphics, but I want to see if the gameplay is gonna encompass what I care about, which is it crisp, is it fun? And then the graphics are like, you got to have that too. Like, I'm not gonna compromise and say, yeah, you could have terrible graphics if the gameplay is fun, unless you're like a small budget game. Then it's kind of like, I can't expect big budget graphics from a small company with like 3 or 4 developers. That's kind of, it's not undoable, but it's not something like it's, I don't know. You know what I'm trying to say. But anyways, I'm just going to cut the video out here so I don't ramble on too long. And let me know what you think about the that concept of letting the Battlefield community handle the marketing of this game, or bringing them in at least to let them make analysis videos while you're developing the game versus these developers talking about it, because I think it will be a lot more effective than the company, which at this point nobody really likes EA, releasing information and then just pissing people off because the information is like half-assed in my opinion. And if you're like working on the game for like 5-10 years, not that long, but you know, like you've been working on the game for 3 years and you're talking about like a specific system in a game, then yeah, you're gonna know it better than everybody else. But everybody else that's on the outside looking in and seeing something for the first time, they did a really bad job explaining it. You guys be easy, and I'll catch you in the next video. Let me know what you think in the comments section, and I'll be down there. All right.